gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. Watch out now. It's gotta be against the law.
Wake up! Yep, it's that time again. Vape AM, brought to you by vapers1.com. I'm your host, Anthony Ramella. Well, happy Monday, guys. Time to get back to the grind. It is a short week this week, so don't get too upset because, you know, a lot of you guys probably have a 4-day weekend coming up, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now, the Vapor stores will actually be open on the 4th of July till about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We'll be open regular hours on Friday. But the good news is vapers1.com never closes, so you can always get what you need. Just jump on over to the website, great prices over there, and we get that stuff out to you really fast. So, you know, just go by and check it out. All right, guys, we're going to do the same thing like we normally do. I guess I'll say it this time. Do a little history and birthdays this morning before we jump into some news. So there's kind of a theme to the birthdays and history stuff today a little bit. In 1967, on this date, the British Broadcasting Company, number 2, so BBC 2, it's just one of their channels out there, did their first color broadcast. I can't believe that it's been that short of time since color TV was a regular thing, and now it just seems like a normal. But that was only, you know, not that long ago, 1967. So this is kind of cool. So let's jump into some birthdays here real quick because it kind of falls in line with that. Princess Diana's birthday would have been today. So just kind of a nice little join up thing there. I think as most of you probably know the story about what happened with her, but just wanted to kind of, you know, make that something on a birthday today. So Princess Diana would have been her birthday today. So let's, you know, just celebrate that a little bit for those of you out there that really like her. And then last but certainly not least on our birthdays today is Missy Elliott. So just kind of a nice little mix there. You ladies, I hope that you're enjoying your birthdays. And I really enjoy Missy Elliott's music. So I just kind of thought that was cool for today. All right, guys, as you know, we got to get to the dirty, doing some Wake and Vape news. Today, I'm only going to talk about one news story, just because, like you know, I get fired up about some things, and here's one. It's a little bit close to home for us, so I wanted to kind of talk about this. So this is, let me get up here to the top because I'm going to give you guys exactly. We'll put the link in the description, but The Republic is where I pulled this article from. And the title of the article says, City Asked to Include E-Cigarettes in Smoking Ordinance. So this is kind of close to home to me. It's in Columbus, Indiana, not Columbus, Ohio, but Columbus, Indiana. This article and what they want to do with this is just insane because of the lack of information and understanding about what e-cigarette and vaping products are and how they are so much less harmful than cigarettes. All right, so officials in the Columbus Regional Health and Healthy Communities, which is kind of a weird thing, are urging Columbus City Councils to amend the city's smoking ordinance to include electronic cigarettes. I'm going to read some of this today just because there's so much in here that is just wrong and bad. I want you guys to actually see what's really in here. So the quote from one of the quotes from her says, "We are thinking of amending the ordinance. We'll send a message about how this community understands the risk of e-cigarettes and to help parents understand as well." The concern with this is that they're putting out a lot of bad information with this, and it's just kind of regurgitated from stuff that they've seen from other people that have brought this out, and they go to some of these same old arguments that I've debunked several times. But here's the problem that I have with this. So in 2012, Indiana instituted a statewide policy that bans smoking in workplaces except for bars, casinos, and private clubs whose members vote to allow smoking. It also allowed you to have smoking in home-based businesses whose employees are family members and tobacco retail shops. A city or county can pass a stronger law that institutes additional smoking regulations. Here's the weird part. In that same year, Columbus approved a smoke-free ordinance in 2012, which included private clubs, bars, taverns, and any facilities listed as exceptions under the Indiana smoking law. So I don't understand what changed there. And I think if you're in a private club and you guys vote that you want to be able to do something and you're not allowing people in that are going to, you know, not want to do that, that should not be an issue. The other problem is when you start in going after these shops, then you don't allow people to actually try these products that are in there. Now, the reason that they're going through this, and like I said, some of this stuff is just really crappy propaganda. So we're going to talk a little bit about the school system because this is what they keep saying. So e-cigarettes do not burn tobacco, but instead have cartridges that contain a mixture of nicotine and other chemicals, which always sounds really dangerous, like they're vaping some, you know, toxic poison or something like that instead of, you know, VG and PG and some flavoring, which is pretty much in everything anyway. The use of e-cigarettes are also referred to as vaping due to the vapor-like aerosol that the device emits. So it's saying that though the rates of teen smoking traditional cigarettes in the United States reached an all-time low of 4.6% in 2018, the use of e-cigarettes has soared in recent years. Well, no joke. That's why the smoking rates are down. The worst part about this article is that they want to say that the smoking rates are down because of the work that they're doing to get teenagers to stop smoking. That is 100% totally not true. If that was the case, those numbers would have went down a long time before e-cigarettes were on the market. And the other thing is, I don't want underage people using these products, but the reason why they're going to these products is because they're being educated. You know, we've never been in a place in our society as much as we are now where education and information is so easily accessible. And once you start looking at these things, you know, our teenagers are getting smarter and smarter all the time, and they're like, why would I go to that? That stuff causes cancer. I know that this stuff has seen many studies across the whole world that's saying that that is not the case. So anyway, let's keep going on. So, and I think, like I always say about this stuff, a lot of it has to do with getting money. So another quote she has on here is, e-cigarettes are erasing everything we've done with traditional cigarettes. You ain't done nothing, okay? It's the vape industry that's come out and said, we don't want to smoke anymore, we want a healthier alternative, and that's why that these things are, you know, happening. The smoking rates are at an all-time low. And even with adult smokers, they're at an all-time low. It's the lowest it's ever been since they started keeping track back in 1965. Now, this ain't because the FDA and these groups are doing this. It's because e-cigarettes are doing this, all right? So most notably the grant, so they're getting a $160,000 grant to, you know, do some things about this. And it says, most notably, the grant will allow health communities to hire a youth coordinator to help prevent and reduce the use of tobacco products, including e-cigarettes, among local youth, primarily from ages 7 till 12. So they just wanted some money. They wanted to hire somebody to, you know, go to the schools and deal with these types of situations. 160 grand, that's a pretty decent job, especially in Columbus, Indiana. So I'm going to finish off the article here so you guys can just kind of hear the whole thing. And I don't normally go through an entire article like this, but I'm going to spend the time today just because I think it's important. Though there are limited research into long-term effects of electronic cigarettes, researchers and experts caution that most electronic cigarettes contain harmful or potentially harmful ingredients. Potentially harmful is that crap I can't stand. It's not harmful, and that's what they can't say it's harmful because they can't find anybody that's done a study that shows it's harmful. So it's always like it could be or it might be kind of situation. All right, let's see here. Substantial substance that naturally occurs in tobacco plants have been linked to increased blood pressure and spike levels of adrenaline, which can cause the user's heart rate to increase and potentially lead to a heart attack, according to the U.S. Surgeon General's website. What about caffeine? Doesn't caffeine do all those exact same things? And when's the last time somebody got carded for an energy drink or a Starbucks coffee with 6 shots of espresso in it? Okay, all of those things are doing the same thing, and there's no laws or regulations for a 10-year-old that wants to go into a Starbucks and buy, you know, 6 shots of espresso. Hopefully somebody behind the counter would stop that situation, but there's really no law against it. So when you're looking at things like this, that is not really the issue. Now, the one last thing on here that just grinds my gears, as it always does. However, the types of concentrations of chemicals in electronic cigarettes vary by brand. Some electronic cigarette cartridges contain as much as 20 cigarettes worth of nicotine, according to Truth, the national anti-campaign against smoking aimed at teenagers. Okay? Here's the situation. Yes, there are cartridges that contain as much nicotine as 20 cigarettes. It's because it's for people who smoke a pack a day and use 1 cartridge a day. Now, those of you that don't know, there are 20 cigarettes in a pack. That's why it's designed that way. You're not supposed to use one of those things in 10 minutes. That's not how it's designed to be used. So if you're using these things correctly, it's mimicking exactly what it's supposed to mimic. I hate stuff like this because it's bad information. They're trying to scare people into giving them money, and it drives me crazy. You guys know here at Vape AM, our biggest goal here is to get you to stop smoking or you're going to die. Look at articles like this, have your voice heard, and make sure that people out there that you know that are smokers know the truth about what's going on with this kind of stuff. Okay? I love you guys. Like I said, we want you to stop smoking or you're gonna die. So tune in tomorrow. We're gonna see you Tuesday, another day, more news, more stuff. And don't forget about vapers1.com. Get over there, get yourself an I Vape, I Vote hoodie, t-shirt. You know, stand with us. We all gotta join together so that vaping doesn't go away. And you know, we wanna be a part of that. We wanna help you guys do that. So we're gonna see you tomorrow. So have a great rest of the day.
all you smokers that don't know, check it out. Pick up the phone, hit the mic, vapers1.com is the site. They got what you need to make the switch. You're never gonna find a better site than this. They got mods, they got coils, and the liquid low down. Vapers1.com is the best around. Spend $35 and your shipping's free. Vapers1.com, we got all you need. So just click, quit, done. Vapers1.com.